we all want to be healthier, but who has the money to spend on all the protein powders and the supplements and all the organic food and all the little things like that that people promote to be the best way to be healthy? Well, today I have 10 ideas of free things that you can do to be healthier. And stay tuned for the end because I've added an extra bonus tip that is by far the best of all of the tips on here. So the first thing that you can do to be healthier is to spend a little time out in the sunshine. And I love being in the sun. I just think there's something about feeling your skin being all warm that is just divine. And as you're out in the sun for a little bit, go ahead and wear some SPF if you want to, but getting at least 15 minutes really allows us to better regulate our circadian rhythm and being able to improve our production of vitamin D, which most people are actually very low in vitamin D. So spending some time outside allows the sun to build vitamin D in our body through our skin. So having some skin exposure is totally fine, just as long as it's in moderation. So shoot for that 15 minutes of time in the sun each day. Next up is exercise. There are plenty of forms of exercise that are actually free to do, whether that's going on a walk or doing a free YouTube video. I find there's tons of different kinds of exercise videos for free on YouTube. You could, if you have some equipment already on hand, going and playing things like tennis or pickleball, whatever it might be. You can go on a run, doing something with friends. There are so many free ways that we can exercise that can really boost our health and help us to gain muscle and to improve our cardiovascular fitness. So plenty of ways to do some free exercise that will very much benefit you as you go throughout your life. The third thing I have for you is stretching. Stretching is completely free. You can do it really anywhere, and there's plenty of different kinds. So depending on what you feel like you need, you can do your stretching in your bed. You can do it in your living room. You can do it while you're at work. As we get older, it's so easy to feel stiff, and the best thing that we can do when we feel stiff and kind of achy is to get moving. Our bodies want to move, and as we move, we are lubricating our joints. And so stretching gives us an excellent way to start moving our joints in a gentle way to kind of ease us into more movement and help us feel less sore and achy overall. The next free thing that you can do is to express gratitude. This can be done in several ways, whether it's writing in a journal, or I have a little jar in my kitchen that I just write things that I'm grateful for and put it in my jar so I can remember all of the things that I have in my life that are wonderful and bring me joy. And as we express gratitude, we actually are able to help our mental health significantly. It brings a more positive outlook on life, a free thing that you can do to support your mental health. The next free thing that you can do is decluttering and or cleaning. So as we have our house, as we're living in it, things kind of start to build up. You can get dust and all sorts of other molecules building up. So by cleaning your house more frequently, you're actually able to kind of clear out that clutter, clean up your space, and that can help to clean up your mental and physical health as well. I would also say with that, I'm not promoting that you go and bleach your entire house because that actually may not be very helpful to your health overall. Bleach is a really harsh cleaning agent. So I'm not saying go and bleach your entire house, but dusting or vacuuming, making sure that you are picking up after yourself and just providing a clean home will definitely help your mental health and your physical health. Along with the last one, something that most people don't know is that the air quality in your house is oftentimes worse than the air quality outside. So go ahead, open up those windows. It's springtime, let the breeze in, and man, it just smells so good outside. So being able to open up your windows, let some airflow come into your house on a daily or every other day basis will really help improve the air quality in your home. This next one is something that I think everybody knows that they should be doing, but we just don't do. So getting enough sleep is essential for our health for a number of reasons, but sleep is when we have all sorts of restorative practices that happen in our body to clear out excess byproducts and also to restore our energy levels. Sleep is also a time when we can work through a lot of our emotions. So making sure that we have enough sleep and enough quality sleep can make a huge difference. Most people should shoot for about 7.5 to 8 hours a day with sleep cycles, but some people actually can do just fine on about 6 hours of sleep, depending on different factors that contribute to what kind of a sleeper you are and your sleep needs. So I recommend making sure that you are getting adequate sleep. On iPhones, you can actually set a timer for when you want to wake up and go to bed every single day, and it gives you alerts, that way you know. It takes some discipline to get yourself to bed on time, but you'll feel so much better, and I think that really just helps to bring the stress down every single day, to have a set time that you kind of clock out for the day, wind down for bed, and then go to bed at a reasonable hour. Along with that tip, minimizing your blue light at night can be very, very important to helping build your melatonin levels and to keep in line with your circadian rhythm. So as we wind down for the evening, shut off all the big lights, turn on some lamps to just keep the lighting a little bit duller, and spend some time doing activities that don't require blue light. So maybe that's reading or working on an art project. Whatever it may be, those can be great activities to really help your body wind down and set yourself up for a good night's sleep. And if you are going to be using something with blue light, then go ahead and put on your blue light glasses to help block out the blue light to protect your eyes and your rhythms. Next up, number 8 is going to be practicing deep breathing. And this is not like the running and your lungs are working like crazy. That's not what we're talking about here. My sister-in-law is a respiratory therapist, and she actually told me that something that most people don't do for their lung health is just breathing deeply. Often we don't use our full lung capacity. So there's several things that you can do to help with that. You can simply just work on, taking really big deep breaths in a controlled way and making sure that you're breathing through your tummy. That's called diaphragmatic breathing. So it's really being able to push down all of the organs in your tummy and allowing those lungs enough room to expand. Last but not least is number 10. This is something that is totally free. I think this is incredible, and that is to continue learning. There's so much to learn about your health, and there's so many free resources out there. I am a firm believer that you don't need to be paying money to learn more about your health. So I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite resources really quick. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the books that I really like, and I don't have all of them because I have some of my books at work and some of my books at home. So this is what I have at home. But the first one is Why We Get Sick by Dr. Benjamin Bikman, and it's an incredible book all about insulin resistance and how that affects so many parts of our health and what we can do to reduce our insulin resistance, become more insulin sensitive. It's life-changing. I tell all my patients about this all the time. It's such a great book. And he is an incredible resource to follow on social media. I love his stuff. I took a class from him in college, changed my life and set the trajectory of my career. So a great one. This one is all about stress and how we can actually manage stress. It's called Burnout: The Secret Unlocking the Stress Cycle. And this is just a fabulous book. And it's really specifically written for women and like moms who have a lot of stress and it just kind of seems unending, but truly life-changing about how you can actually manage your stress in a way that's going to work. And stress absolutely affects your health. So this is a great one. Let me mention one that I have at work that I don't have at home. I'll pop it on the screen. It's called The Metabolism Makeover. It is wonderful. It is by a dietitian named Megan Hansen, and she has the most practical tips on how to be healthier, and I just think it's such an easy read. It's terrific. Some incredible work, and so I recommend that one to my patients pretty often as well. The next two I'm going to show you are books I have not yet read, but I'm really excited to read because I love the two people. So the first is Healthy Kids in an Unhealthy World by Dr. Anna Maria Temple, and her stuff is amazing on social media. She is a pediatrician and she talks about holistic living, and there's so many things that you can do to help your family and your kids to live better. So I am very excited for this read. I'm sure it's going to be fabulous, and I know I'm going to reference it all the time. And the next one is Sleep, Drink, Breathe by Michael, I think his name is Breus. think that's how you say it. He is the sleep doctor on social media. So his stuff is incredible about what it means to sleep, what happens during sleep, how you can get better sleep. And so I'm really excited to read his thoughts on these topics. I just think he's very, very well researched. So all of these things are free. You can probably get them at the library. You can use the Libby app as well to get some of those books. And then I have a couple of Instagram accounts as well. So Dr. Josh Red is one that I really love. He is a naturopathic doctor, and I just think his ability for research is incredible. He does the Inflammatory Reset, which is a book I also have and I think is great. I think it's a great practice, especially if you have autoimmune conditions. I think Just Ingredients is another social media account that I really like. I think there are some great resources, and I really enjoy a lot of the products that they make. I think they are really clean ingredients, really learning a lot about food and nutrition from them. So I think that is another really great resource. There are so many resources out there, and a lot of these have guides and free videos on YouTube and things like that. So you can learn a lot from a lot of these sources, and they're all very up to date on research, very evidence-based. So there is tons of ways that you can continue learning about your health for free. I promised you a bonus tip, and so here is my bonus tip. One of the best free things that you can do for your health is to go on a walk or to move after meals. Maybe you don't have time to go on a 10-minute walk after meals. That's fine. You can go ahead and do 10 squats, and that'll have a similar effect. But as you move after a meal, whether it's by going on a walk, you can actually better regulate your blood sugar levels. You're going to be using the energy that you just ate to supply your body with energy for that movement, and that's going to help to regulate your blood sugars, which is going to better regulate your insulin levels, and that is what we want to help keep you insulin sensitive, because insulin resistance and too much insulin is actually one of the biggest causes of so many chronic diseases. So if you're trying to prevent those or to reverse those, then that is a great thing to incorporate into your everyday. It's what I tell all my patients to do, and so many have found success by incorporating a short 10-minute walk after eating their meals. I hope that you found today's information super helpful just to find easy ways to stay healthy. You don't have to break the bank by doing any of these. They're all free. So go ahead, incorporate them into your lives, and let me know which ones you like to do or other free tips that you like to do in your life to be healthier in the comments below. And I hope this helps you to live healthier and happier lives.